Dear colleagues, dear organizers and participants of the Baltic Sustainable Aquaculture Hackathon, I would like to express my appreciation to organizers for selecting a subject at the appropriate time. I'm also glad to see that several teams are willing to join their minds and to come up with innovative and sustainable solutions that may transform aquaculture practices in the Baltic region. Your effort is perfectly consistent with the most recent developments of environmental policies in the EU and Latvia. Bear in mind that we are currently experiencing renovation of the environmental policy due to the European Green Deal. The aims and targets of this renovation are directly applicable to aquaculture as well. For instance, the Farm to Fork strategy, published a year ago, is an integral part of the Green Deal. It aims at making food systems fair, healthy, and environmentally friendly. And among other things, it calls for sustainable food production and food security, requests to stimulate sustainable food processing, sale, catering, and consumption. The Farm to Fork strategy directly refers also to aquaculture, stating that this sector must contribute to the EU climate and organic food production targets, transition to sustainable food production systems, and reduction of the use of antimicrobials. So this strategy gives not only a direction, but also possible further opportunities for your ideas. Aquaculture plays a notable role in food supply and food security. In Latvia, the amount of marketed aquaculture production is steadily increasing since 2009. In 2019, 79 aquaculture companies were economically active and 626 tons of aquaculture production was marketed. Even if traditionally Latvian aquaculture relies on artificial freshwaters like ponds, there is a potential for marine aquaculture development as well. However, we shall not forget concern about the environmental impact of aquaculture. Major impacts of aquaculture are related to suspended solids and nutrients discharged to rivers, lakes, and marine waters, released from residues from pharmaceuticals. There is also a risk of spread of diseases and parasites to wild fish and escapes of farmed, non-native fish species outside fish farms. These impacts may affect water quality as well as the genetics and well-being of wild fish species. On June 10, the EU Environmental Council meeting discussed another cornerstone of the European Green Deal, the Zero Pollution Action Plan. During this discussion, I declared support to the introduction of the zero pollution hierarchy, which means that promoting the prevention of pollution at its source shall indeed be placed at the top. This means basing on the precautionary, preventive, and polluter pays principles. I believe that this applies not only to legislative initiatives, but also to the day-to-day activities of various sectors. Therefore, thinking about further development of aquaculture, it is essential to elaborate innovative and sustainable technologies and management practices that prevent or minimize environmental impacts. Traditionally, the environmental impact can be lessened by improved location of aquaculture farms, improved farm management, or by physical or biological treatment of the effluent. However, I believe that you may go beyond this and look for another innovative solutions. The effects of different aquaculture systems depend on a number of factors, including the hydrographic conditions of the farm's location, the type of cultured organisms, and the production method, management practices, etc. These factors must all be taken into account when assessing possible risks. Different aquaculture systems may exert different impacts and cause diverse effects on the natural environment, which may include habitat loss or deterioration, species of disturbance, and the displacement of species, as well as changes in local communities. However, some aquaculture systems may have positive effects for the biodiversity of the site. The sensitivity and resilience of ecosystems and the assimilative capacity of the environment are key to determining the magnitude and significance of the impact. Seeding is often the most important factor to consider to prevent and reduce potential impacts from aquaculture activities, together with the implementation of good management practices and adequate mitigation measures, which are currently well known for the most significant pressures in different aquaculture systems. We are living in a time of rapid technological change, when technology solutions that seemed unnecessary for the majority just a year ago became mainstream today. My colleagues from environmental institutions admit that it is difficult to quantify environmental pressures caused by aquaculture due to the insufficient information. Currently, only few aquaculture enterprises are reporting pollution loads and extracted water volumes. Therefore, real impacts may be underestimated to a great extent. Improvements of data gathering and data flows used by both aquaculture enterprises themselves and environmental institutions might be another topic worth consideration during your work. So, I hope that at the end of the hackathon, the jury will have a promising collection of ideas related to aquaculture protection, sustainability, prevention of environmental impacts, and improving data and information. I wish all of you a successful and fruitful collaboration, and I'm looking forward to the results of the hackathon with great interest.